Hey Wells, good morning. Happy Monday. It's March 17th. Let's go over and break down NVIDIA for this upcoming trading week. I always think it's super important to have a pulse check on what NVIDIA is doing because of how important it is not only to the S&P 500, but as well as the total market environment in today's standards, right? It's probably the most important company. So yeah, let's dive in. For those that don't know me though, I'm a full-time trader. I do these updates every single day. If you want my actual trades though, guys, again, come join Discord. We're absolutely killing it here. We made 50% on Alibaba 2 weeks ago, 20% on NEO last week. We're getting ready to get filled on a few more trades here that are uptrending. So if you need help in figuring out what stocks to get into, guys, before anyone else on uptrends, right? Come join. I'll see you guys here. All right, so with that said, with NVIDIA, let's go over the two different scenarios that I have. The first scenario is the more bearish scenario, right, where we have all of this as a wave 3, and we're finishing off and coming down for a wave 4, okay? The only thing that I'm looking at is whether or not NVIDIA can show me some strength and get past this trend line, guys, right? You see this trend line starting from the very peak of January, right? Every single time we try to reach this, we've made some lower highs and lower highs, and potentially we could have another lower high, guys, right? And if that's the case, what does that mean? That means that NVIDIA is currently in a downtrend, right? So this is the first path that we have. And if NVIDIA does get a rejection from that trend line, right, then I do have a potential 87 down to 57 as a great buy, okay, if it makes another low, right? And the reason why is you can see sort of these main pivots here, this wave 4, 75, even here a little bit closer to 89. This would be an amazing opportunity to get into NVIDIA, to get into an amazing stock, right? So that's what I'm sort of looking at if we do get rejected, okay? And another thing that you want to also keep a lookout for is the inverse fibs, right? So if you take the top of wave 3 and project it down to where that C is on the blue, you can see that we have the 618 coming up for potentially where sellers are going to step in and they're going to try to short NVIDIA here, right? They're going to short 134 up to 142. They're probably going to have a stop loss above, 150, right? So this is their setup they're trying to do, right? If NVIDIA does come up, they're going to short here. They're going to try to aim for the inverse fibs at 93 and 86, right, to take their profits. So that's something that you need to make sure you keep an eye out on, right? You need to make sure you keep an eye out on this sort of resistance, okay? Now, secondly, the second sort of scenario, and I think, we first have to see whether or not this happens, but if this is the bottom, the first thing I need NVIDIA to do is break past this, right? To break past this, right? So most likely it's going to test this coming up to like 132, and it's going to get rejected. Now, on the rejection, guys, it needs to hold this higher low at 113, 112, right? Anything lower starts to get pretty bearish. So it needs to hold that higher low, break out like this, consolidate at the all-time highs, right? And then push out. This is exactly what I want to see. So again, if you want to get into NVIDIA, I would wait for that rejection to happen, right? You would buy the green box there, stop loss underneath, let's say, the lows, right, for a chance at all-time highs here. That's sort of your play that you're looking for if you haven't gotten in yet, right? That's sort of the play you want. Okay, so always have that stop loss in hand because just in case NVIDIA does put in a WXY correction, again, right? WXY double correction, WXY. At least you're safe. You don't lose as much money if you were to hold, right? And NVIDIA keeps coming down closer to 80, 70 bucks, right? So you want to make sure you have that stop loss ready just in case, okay? So for me, what I'm looking for is for NVIDIA to test that, come down, and break out, right? And then I'll get in on the consolidation, right, before we go higher, right? So I'll buy this dip. I could even try to go for this one, right? It's pretty good risk reward, so I can also try that. But ultimately, the primary count that I'm looking at, one more down, guys, is what I would love to see, right? I would love to see one more down for selfish reasons, right? And just a disclaimer, guys, right? I'm not a crazy good trader. I only win 50% of my trades, right? But the thing that keeps me profitable is my risk management, okay? My losses are cut very quickly, and my runners, my wins, I let it run, okay? So that's the only difference. I'm wrong 50% of the time. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt, right? Do your own analysis. But what I see right now is that I would love NVIDIA a little bit lower and see if we can get in closer down to 90 to 75, right? That'd be beautiful. Until then, I'll update you guys every single day. And yeah, I'll see you guys in Discord. Talk to you guys soon.